All over the nation, groups of voters are getting together to bring the national spotlight to elections of state representatives. But not what happens during the elections, instead, what happens before. For years, politicians have been able to create districts that exclude certain voters over others. This makes the outcome predictable for politicians. Pennsylvania Representative Scott Conklin says the practice eliminates competition in an election.
When you do redistricting, there's always the majority at the time will be in control. Now, if Governor Wolf would make re-election, it would be the first time in 50 years that the Democrats would actually be able to have some type of sway within the redistricting process. Over the last 40 years, all redistricting has been done by one party. So in essence, when redistricting is done, it's not that the public gets to pick the representative gets to pick their public.
Conklin says that because of this, politicians only have to appeal to a small group of supporters, not the whole population. He says voters should try to change the law to make a change, and that's what groups like Pennsylvania Fair Vote are doing. Activist Jessica O'Hara is part of Pennsylvania Fair Vote and leads the on-campus effort, Students for a Better Politics. Groups like these are at work to get bills passed to form independent commissions that would draw these district lines instead.
These bills take this massive power out of the party leaders' hands and put it into an independent citizens commission, which would be sort of seated every 10 years after they do the census. It would, unlike our current politicians, this commission would not be allowed to look at voter registration information or demographics. They would work strictly off of numbers.
O'Hara says that gerrymandering is used by a party to keep power.
If you're not falling in line with them, they could put someone up against you in a primary. They could cut you out of a district that you live in so that you have to be in a different. So it gives a lot of power for retaining jobs and job security into the hands of those politicians, and it dilutes the vote.
Do you feel that this is hurting our democracy?
Absolutely. I think it's the biggest problem with our democracy right now.
Some bills from Pennsylvania have moved on to the state government committee to be voted on this year. If one is approved, Pennsylvania will be the 5th state in the U.S. to begin using independent commissions. Reporting for Com 465, I'm Katie Litwin.